Hello, we're going through the Year 10 Foundation non-calculator paper and just a few key questions they want to go over. First one is question 5 on estimation. So we don't actually work out those decimal numbers. We use rounding to get to a nearest whole number or something appropriate. So 89.3 I'm going to replace with 90. 0.51 I'm going to just leave a 0.5. And 4.8 I'll round up to 5. So now I have to do 90 times 0.5 divided by 5. And you could do either 90 divided by 5 or 90 times 0.5 first. I'm going to half that because 0.5 is the same as a half. So I get 45. 45 divided by 5 is 9. So that should get those 2 marks there. Okay, that's the estimation question 5. The next one to look at is fractions on question 7. So it's fractions, in particular adding fractions in the first one. They don't have the same denominator, so we need to find a lowest common denominator. They're both prime, so the easiest thing to do here is to multiply them. So 7 times 5 is 35, so that's going to be the lowest common denominator there. They're both going to be something over 35. So now I need to find equivalent fractions. And what do I do to the 7 to make it 35? I've times it by 5, so I multiply the 2 by 5 and I get 10. That's multiplied by 5, so that must be multiplied by 5. What have I done to the 5 to make it 35? Multiplied by 7, so the 1 times by 7. Now they've got the same denominator, I can add them. So I just add the numerators. 10 plus 7 is 17 over 35 and gets a nice 2 marks there. Okay, the second part is division. So here I've got a mixed number. So the thing I need to do here is turn this into a top-heavy number. Do 3 times 1 plus the 2. That gives me 5. If you're not sure about that, that 1 is 3/3, and I've got the 2/3. So I've got 1 and 2/3 is 1 plus those 2/3, so 3 plus 2 is the 5. Dividing by 3/4, what we do then is we flip that over. 5 over 3 times 4 over 3. And now, multiplying fractions, we just multiply across. 20 over 9. 5 times 4 is 20. 3 times 3 is 9. And that should be another 2 marks. Next question I want to look at is question 11. Which is a frequency tree. And it says here each factor in a work is either left-handed or right-handed, and male or female. So 22 of the 45 workers are male. We need to fill in all the numbers here. They've started with the 45 there, and we're going to use the information they've given us. 22 of the 45 are male, so I can fill that in there. 16 of the 34 right-handed workers are female. So female right-handed is going to be 16, and I know that those 2 numbers are going to add up to 34. So let's go through the others. If I do 45 minus 22, I'm going to get 23. And if I do 23 minus 16, I'm going to get 7 to fill in there. Now, we're not sure any more information directly about the men being left or right-handed, but we do know that there were 34 right-handed in total. That was because of that piece of information there. So if I do another little sum, 34 minus 16, I will get 18. So I can put 18 there. One final sum, 22 minus 18 is 4. And there we've completed that frequency tree. I know that 22 is correct. And they gave us that 45. 16 went there. And they told us about the 34. And then we used that information to fill in the rest. Okay, so that's question 11. Let's go and look at question 17 next. One more page to turn. Question 17 here is about angles in polygons, triangles, pentagons. ABCDE is a pentagon there, and BCF and EDF are straight lines, and we've got to work out the size of angle CFD. So CFD is that one there. Okay, so we've got to work out firstly some information about this pentagon. Now, if you know about drawing triangles in shapes, we know that each of those triangles adds up to 180 in terms of angles. So a pentagon is 3 lots of 180. So that is 180, 180, 180, 540. And then to work out each of those angles, I'm going to take 540 and divide it by 5, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 540 divided by 5 is 108. So each of those angles is 108 degrees. Okay, and it says you must show how you get your answer. So maybe write some words to show what you're doing. Okay, so now if I've got 108 here and 108 here, I know that angles on a straight line add up to 180. So 180 minus 108 is 72. Give me 72 there and 72 there. Making this an isosceles triangle. But if I do 72 plus 72, I get 144. And if I do 180 degrees minus 144, because it's 3 angles in a triangle, I get 36. And that gives me the answer for F there. So I can put 36 degrees there. And that's a nice 3 marks there. Okay, one last question to look at for this non-calculator paper is question 19 about stem and leaf diagrams. They give us 15 data points about the height of children, and we've got to put them into an ordered stem and leaf. They haven't put a key here, so the first thing to do is to make sure that you have a key. That's always worth 1 mark. And I'm going to choose 1/33 to be the same as 133 centimeters. Just taking that example there. Okay. In fact, no. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to 13/3 to be 133. Let's go down here in tens. So let's find the smallest one that we have. I'm going to put 12 for anything in the 120s, 13 for anything in the 130s, 14 and 15. Okay. So I'm going to see anything in the 120s. I should then put it in order. You could rewrite this all in order, but I'm going to put 123, 125, 129. I notice I don't need to write those because it's a stem and leaf. That applies to each of those numbers. Cross those off as I go. Then going into the 130s, I've got 130, 138, 133, 135, 133 again, 137. So 130 is that. Cross that one off. 133 comes up twice, so I'm going to write 3 twice. 135 comes up, and 137. Then I move into the 140s. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 147 comes up twice. Cross those off. 148 and 149. I've missed one. That 138 there. Now I can cross that off. That's why I cross them off. Helps me see that I'm writing all the right ones down. And if I count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I've got 2 more to go, which would be those 2 in the 150s. 150 and 151. That's why it's useful to keep a tally of which ones I've transferred into this. And I should have now 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now, a good thing about a stem and leaf is that we can get lots of information about the mode, the median, and the range. They haven't asked us for all of them. They've just asked the range. We should see the mode there is bimodal, 133 or 147. But the range is the biggest minus smallest, so 151 minus 123. If I do that as a sum like that, 5, I'll have to borrow 11 minus 3 is 8. So it is 28, a difference of 28 from the biggest to the smallest. Okay, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And good luck with your maths.